Hey everyone, Thomas here from Circle H Scuba, and I just want to put this video together. It's going to be a little bit different than my other ones, but just kind of an update video and a thank you video more than anything else. So in it, I'm going to thank a few specific people at the beginning that have helped me and supported me from the very beginning. I'm going to talk about some very soon near plans that you're going to want to hear about as well. And then I'm going to talk about some plans for 2024 and just some things that I'll be working on for next year to try to build up an even better community. So if you're interested in any of that, then stick around for it. I don't think you're going to want to miss it. To start with, I just wanted to really thank a few specific people that have really helped me along this whole journey. 10,000 subscribers is really just a vanity metric, as all follower counts and things like that happen. I don't care about the numbers so much, but what I do care about is the community that we've been building and the interactions that I've been having with y'all. And I've gotten emails, I've gotten DMs on social media, I've gotten comments on all the different videos, and we have conversations back and forth in those comments too. I've really tried to answer every single person that ever comments on any video, no matter how old the video is. And I really take pride in that too, that I'm really trying to interact and engage in the community. And with that, I get to see a lot of people that show up in the comments all the time. So I want to say thank you specifically to Suez and Joseph Dracula, as well as L Naturally, who, just responds on different videos, whether it's in the comments or not, but I'm getting DMs and stuff from them as well, and just constantly getting such positive feedback from everybody. So just thank you, especially for you three, and then everyone else too. There's obviously plenty of you that have reached out to me and things like that too, and I could probably have a whole list of handles, and I just wanted to mention those three since they had been literally following me since the beginning, since I had less than 100 subscribers. So thank you for that. I also wanted to thank a few of my fellow scuba YouTubers too that have both inspired me and gave me tips along the way, as well as actually some shout outs and collaborations and things like that too. So first of all, Olivia, Fully Submerged Scuba, great content, lots of short form stuff and kind of does comedy things, but she used to do educational stuff more often in the beginning. And some of those videos actually inspired me to start doing educational stuff too. James from Divers Ready, he's done great content as well and kind of inspired me to get into YouTube and doing the YouTube scuba thing. Matthias Lebo, he was one of the first people that asked if I could partner with him on doing underwater video stuff. So some of my videos that I have from earlier in the channel, earlier this year, I actually talk about color correcting and point you to some of his products and courses that he has, for example. Nick DeRuiter from Dive Saga, huge inspiration for me for some of those travel vlog type styles that he does and the experience videos he does. We just got to collaborate finally and meet at DEMA. So check out that video if you haven't yet. Gus and Woody from Dive Talk. Gus and I just sat down and did a video on cave diving. That actually was the video that helped me get to 10,000 subscribers, I think, because that collaboration brought in quite a few people already from the Dive Talk community. So hey, if you're from the Dive Talk community, leave a comment down below, check out their stuff too, and check out all the other people I just talked about. Sarah from Azul Unlimited also inspired me quite a bit with different videos, educational content, van life content, great stuff there as well. She's a character, and she also helped by modeling some of the surf fur outfits that were in my DEMA coverage of surfers' new stuff. So check out that video if you haven't seen it yet either, but she was great to meet in person at DEMA too. And I would also like to add Jonathan Bird from Blue World TV. Got to meet him very quickly at DEMA, but his video footage is what I aspire to get to in underwater footage. So just wanted to give a quick call out there too. All right, so I could go on and on about thank yous, and let me just wrap that up by just saying thank you every single person that's watching this video and watching all of my other videos too. I would do this even if you weren't here, because I truly think that this is meaningful content that's helping people. But you telling me that it's helping you in the comments, you engaging with me, you emailing me, you asking to dive with me when you're local in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, those things, they're just inspiring. I've had people come up to me when I was in Bonaire and recognize me as well, which is crazy. I was doing my tech training and just getting a dive briefing and someone randomly came up and recognized me. And things like that are just so inspiring. So if you see me, if you're a dive operator yourself or work at a dive shop, or you're just out on a trip and you see me somewhere, please feel free to say hi to me. Always happy to say hi and have a conversation. And it really just makes my day to be able to talk to other divers and make more friends in the dive community. So thank you for all of that. I do get a lot of questions. I get questions about my life and how long I've been diving, what I've been doing, what my day job is, because some of you don't know that I have a full-time day job. I teach part-time and then I do YouTube as well. And all of these things are kind of part-time things on top of my day job. So people were asking about that. People wanted to know, kind of where I've been diving, where my favorite dive spots have been, what type of equipment I like to dive, what my thoughts are on some of those very controversial diving opinions out there. do I dive split fins? Do I like split fins? You know, those types of things, right? So I figured it'd be cool to do an AMA type video. So if you're interested in that, submit some questions down in the comments below. Again, I try to get to every single comment. So if you want to put something like Q before it or something like that, so it's a little easier for me to search, that'd be great. But I plan to read every single comment anyway. And I'll do a little AMA type video probably in the next week or two, just kind of talking about my diving, I guess, and whatever other questions come in. So keep them, you know, somewhat PG-13, I guess, if we can help it. But otherwise, you know, I'm happy to answer as much as I possibly can and feel comfortable doing. All right, next I want to talk about some really exciting stuff and just basically future plans for, you know, what's coming in 2024. 2023 has been amazing, and again, just so much support from all of you. And listening to a lot of the things that you have said, I wanted to offer a few things and kind of just talk about what's to come based on some of that feedback, and then ask for more feedback. And again, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about these different ideas, because it'll help drive the channel forward for me as well and help me make my decisions as we move into 2024. First of all, DEMA just finished in New Orleans. You know, it was just a couple weeks ago. It's crazy how much was going on, and just all of you have been supporting those videos like crazy too. I know I covered the Garmin Descent Mark III, I covered Surfer's new products, Stream to Sea's new products, the Nomad Ray from Dive Right, and Nomad's new Slide Lock 2 reels. I covered, gosh, it felt like even more stuff. I did a collaboration with Nick from Dive Saga. I did a collaboration with Gus from Dive Talk. I got to meet Sarah from Azul Unlimited. I met Olivia from Fully Submerged. You know, we did quite a bit of things while we were there, and it was such a great time. It was my first DEMA show, and I'm going to be going to DEMA Show 2024 in Las Vegas. I'm actually going to be submitting for a talk, I think, as well. I'm not sure how that's going to work just yet, but I just reached out to the person for that. But if you're going to be going to DEMA 2024, you do have to be in the scuba industry, which means you have to be an instructor, a DM, you know, instructor or above, basically. Or you have to be, you know, from a dive shop, whether you own a dive shop or a dive manufacturer or vendor, basically. So if you're going to be there at all, let me know. And if you're interested in meeting up with me and doing a video or anything like that, if you have content that you like to create, let me know too, down in the comments below, or feel free to send me an email as well. Next, people are always wondering where I'm going to be going on trips. So I'm actually going to Curacao in a few weeks, and then I'm going to be going to more than likely Florida Springs either in January or March, or maybe both. It'll be my first time in Florida Springs and my third time in Curacao, diving with Ocean Encounters out there. Great dive operator, gonna get some great content for them and with them. And then just out in the ocean as well. Also working with a brand, and I'm probably going to be doing some videos specific for them out there as well, which should be pretty cool. Actually going to be crossing off a bucket list item as well, going to Socorro on a liveaboard at the end of February, early March timeframe. Going to be colder, about 60-degree waters, so I'll probably be in a dry suit for the whole week. So that'll be interesting, being on a liveaboard on a dry suit doing 4 or 5 dives a day. So that'll be fun. And then we're going to Costa Rica at the end of June, early July timeframe, somewhere in there, and going to be diving with Bill Beard. So Bill Beard down there, their operation is probably one of the largest in Costa Rica. So going to be doing that. In October, I'm very likely going to be going to Bonaire again for additional tech diving. I got tech certified in September this year, and then I'm probably going to be going back because I want to get more tech dives under my belt, and they're going to be teaching more tech classes from my local dive shop. So I figured if they're teaching them in Bonaire, maybe I can go and tag along and just get more time in Deco and maybe take an additional class or something like that too, or retake a class. I mean, I'm not afraid of retaking classes just to get more experience, in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes as well, but that should be a pretty fun trip. And outside of that, I don't know what else is going to happen just yet, but I am planning on meeting up with the Dive Talk people as well as Scuba Girls International. So Terry from Scuba Girls International, Gus and Woody from Dive Talk. We definitely talked about trying to get together and collaborating sometime down in Georgia, more than likely, or maybe down in Florida. So we'll see what happens. But if you want to see something like that and you have any specific questions or video ideas to do with the Dive Talk guys, or Terry from Scuba Girls International, or maybe all of us together in a video, let me know. That would be a lot of fun. I think they're a really fun group to hang out with and talk with, and I think that'd be a really cool video. So leave some comments down below, let me know what you think. Okay, so outside of all that stuff, let's talk about the channel and what you probably care about most as the audience, and you know, kind of what I'm going to be doing for the channel in 2024, what I'm going to be doing for you, and what I'm doing to try to improve that experience. So for those that don't know, I did hire a editor and thumbnail artist as kind of contractors recently to help me out on a per video basis. Did that somewhat recently in the grand scheme of things, and with that, I'm really hoping and trying that I'll be able to get more than one video out every week. I've been posting one video per week very consistently this whole year, which has been great and everyone's loved it. But I think I have so much content that I want to produce that I really need to produce a little bit more. So some of the things that I'm working on are way more gear reviews. People seem to love gear reviews, comparisons, things like that. So part of it is working with a few different brands to try to make that happen. Some of it's working with my local dive shop to just take stuff off the shelf and try to do more reviews and things like that too. And then maybe adding in some fun, let's go diving behind the scenes type stuff too. Like maybe I can show you some stuff from classes I teach or trips that I go on. It's not exactly what I do right now. I'm not the best at filming like a good story for, going on a trip for a week or something like that, but it's an area that I'm interested in. So if you'd like to see stuff like that, let me know down below. And that'll help me kind of make some decisions on the channel. The next thing that I'm really excited about is merchandise ideas. So I hate the idea of merchandise, but a lot of different YouTube channels sell some type of, merchandise type stuff that's usually like right below their video, and it might be just like their logo or something like that. And I thought that might be kind of cool, maybe some travel thermos or a hat or a beanie or something like that that has my logo on it. But I think what would be more interesting and something that I personally want as a diver is to be able to buy dive apparel. Like when you go to a dive shop, like this is from Bonaire, it's got the dive flag with a turtle on it, it's got a cool design on the back. This isn't something that you can just buy at the store, right? You have to buy it basically from a dive shop, usually on a dive trip, because even your local inland dive shops typically don't sell this type of stuff unless you live on a coast in a high volume dive shop where they might have a few options for you, but you don't have that much. So one of the cool things that happened when I was at DEMA is I met with a bunch of different apparel vendors that sell dive apparel. And it's something that I'm interested in kind of seeing what y'all are interested in as an audience, but I might actually start selling some dive apparel type stuff that would be cool lifestyle things that you would want to wear as a diver and kind of represent yourself on dry land too. For those that don't know, I have CircleHScuba.com as a website. I post a blog article for basically every video that I produce right now. However, I am revamping the whole thing. So I'll be adding a shop component, which goes into this whole merchandise idea and maybe some other fun things on there that'll show up in the future. But I'm also going to be kind of redoing the whole blog. I'm going to try to make a lot more like how-to articles outside of videos as well, not just doing that, as well as like comparison posts and things like, if you're interested in like the best fins of 2023 for like any new fins that come out, like maybe I can do some comparisons of what those are, or like best dive destinations in the Caribbean, and I can talk about places that I've been and what I think about these different dive operators and stuff like that too. I think it'd be an opportunity for you to have some additional information from me. I'm also going to be setting up a newsletter through there as well. So right now you can actually sign up on the website and get a free packing list. You can just download it. It gets emailed to you right after you sign up. That allows me to send you a newsletter, which I'm hoping to do once a month for now, maybe eventually more often, but just kind of giving you some different tips, different ideas, talk about what's going on with the channel and stuff like that. All right, a couple more things for the channel as well. So for those of you that might have noticed, there is now a join button down there by the subscribe button. So that's right, I turned on YouTube memberships. This is something that people asked me about. They asked if there was additional ways that they could support me, if I had a Patreon or a buy me a coffee or something like that, which is super amazing that people are willing to support me. Don't feel any obligation for this in any way, shape, or form, but there is now the YouTube membership program that is enabled on my channel. So I have a support tier that a few people signed up for already that I haven't announced or talked about at all. The link's down in the description actually to sign up for the membership if you want to check that out. And right now that support tier is basically that. And that's going to be something for members. So if you are interested in signing up and supporting the channel, I have a tier down there. You can feel free to do that if you'd like. Otherwise, no worries at all. Just keep watching the content, and I'm not going to be putting like member-only paid content behind paywalls anytime soon to where, people are going to suffer on the free side, basically. I'm pretty big on free open education ideas and putting as much as I can just on YouTube. But this membership tier is something that people asked about, so I wanted to offer that to them. Alrighty, and then the big one that I'm really excited about and really interested in your feedback on, maybe I should have said this in the beginning of the video, but the people that are here at the end, you know who you are. You're the ones that I really want to hear from. So please let me know in the comments down below, or just send me an email if this is something you're interested in. But I am extremely interested in coaching, potentially. I'm trying to think of how I can do more instruction. I've had a lot of people ask me like, hey, do you do private classes? Can I come out to North Carolina and take a class with you? And I've made discussions with them and told them how that would work. And that is something that we can definitely talk about. If you're interested, feel free to send me an email. But coming to North Carolina to dive locally with me is a big ask for a lot of people. If you don't live in the area, that's kind of tough to do, right? You aren't going to fly from Europe or from California or wherever you happen to be and come dive with with me. I wouldn't expect that out of you. However, I am looking at potentially doing coaching instead remotely, to where you would like film yourself underwater. We would work on some tasks together. I'd see that footage and then we'd meet up like once a week online on a Zoom call or something like that. And, you know, can kind of do a Q&A type session and things like that, and kind of give you some tips for improving buoyancy, trim, propulsion, like kind of that type of stuff. Or if you have other things that you had questions about and want help with, I can help with that too. And then finally, last thing here, I'm actually looking at hosting a dive trip myself as well. So I did put a community poll out. If you haven't seen it, go to my community post, by the way. I post one like every other day, really cool interactive polls, and then fun stuff for the channel and stuff like that too. But if you are interested in dive travel and taking a trip with me at all, let me know, because sincerely, I am really highly thinking about this. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for subscribing, liking, following this whole time, and giving me this feedback. I know only people that really care would make it to the end like this for a video that's just a subscriber update thank you type thing. So thank you for watching as always, and check out any of the videos that you'd like to see right now. Hopefully it's something that's useful for you and maybe something you haven't checked out yet. Check out my DEMA coverage as well. I'll put that in the playlist here. With that, as always, stay safe, have fun, and let's go diving.